Yeah, better. Yeah, better. Food train, food train, food train, food training, food training. Live at the Apollo, baby. Late night time's arriving. Late night time's arriving. Yes. Yes. Dino, good evening. How are we tonight? Well, we are well here. Got some blast on the pass here now. Really nothing much, man. Hope everything's well. Yes. Late night at the Apollo. Time is it where you are? Hey, Mike. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. How's everybody doing? Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to late night at the Apollo, babies. Definitely do appreciate. How's everybody doing? Good, good. Hey, all right, Eddie. How we doing? Eddie Wick. Shout out to Eddie Wick. Shout out to Dino. Shout out to Ron Romero. How we doing? Shout out to Dark Gaming. Dark Photon. Nice. Dark Photon game. Photons and protons. Hey, I get that a lot. No, Italian. CTB. Hello, hello. Welcome. 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 And anybody, please, who hasn't, please subscribe to the channel. I do food ASMR. Check out the vids. I like that. Salami, ham, and bacon. Eddie Wick, how are we tonight? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Raiden, how we doing? Welcome to the channel. If you've yet to subscribe, please subscribe. Please share. Please do it all if you can. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Yes. Yeah, well, all right. Thank you, Rob. Just checking. How we doing, Aziel? Welcome. Welcome. How is everybody doing tonight here? Vengeance, how are we? What's up, my man? Yes. Hey, how are you, horseman? Welcome. Welcome. Oh, okay. Barbecue chicken wings. No worries. Kenny, how are you? Freddy the Curious. Not Fred Krueger? Not bad. Freddy the Curious. Nice. Yes, well, welcome, everybody. Yanis, how are you? Vengeance, Christmas wasn't bad. Kenny, I'm sorry you feel that way. Freddy the Curious. Oh, okay, nice. I think I missed that one. And I love the 90s movies. Freddy the Curious. I gotta look that up after. That's pretty cool. Yes. Okay, Xavier. Massachusetts. Yeah, Xavier. Xavier, didn't you want to do that before? Xavier, I swear you sound familiar. Welcome again, my man. Thank you for coming on. Please do. Yeah, I'm in Massachusetts. I may look a little crazy. I was passed out for a little while. Tend to do that. I was maybe around 6 o'clock. I passed out. Just sign language. Sign language, and that's it. I've done some sign videos, some sign ASMR, but they tend to get lower views. So I've kind of stayed away from them a little bit. Whoa, 19 languages? Wow, that's pretty cool. 19 languages. Nice. Yeah, well, 19 languages. Yeah, that's all right. No worries on that. Oh, wow, nice. How long did it take you to learn 19 languages? That's really cool. Well, I mean, we have some. Um, I guess I could think of some here. It's pretty, it's pretty dry right now. I mean, really cold, but I mean, all right, all right. I can definitely believe that one, Kenny. You're in the Ukraine? Oh, Santa Ana. All right, all right. Crazy stories. Well, there were many nights at this time that, when I was younger, that I'd be out riding the night, having a good time. Yeah, I would go out with my friends a lot, when I was younger and stuff. We would, we'd have a good time. I'd go to some clubs and stuff, but, yeah, I used to have a pretty good time. We used to go out. There was, I don't know about it. I'm trying to think though. Hmm. There were a few interesting things that happened, but nothing too crazy though. Is that where you are in Ukraine? How old are you, Dark Photon Gaming? Gonna have to think of something here. Something. Oops. That is true. I'm kind of waiting for it to happen, Kenny. You know what I'm saying, Sway? Unfortunately, man has put us in this position, and now we'll suffer the consequences for it. That's right, Dina. We all suffer for our ill wills and ways, and we shall pay for it. Whether we are part of it or not, we will pay the price of the other's wickedness. And that's facts. And me, I don't worry about it. What happens, happens. Let everybody bomb, let everybody blow up, let everybody do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of it all, it's all going to come down to one real reason. So, you know, what's ever going on for everybody's wickedness and everybody's cruel and evil means, one day it will come to an end and people will realize it was all for nothing. But, nobody's going to realize how fragile life is until it's taken. And unfortunately, it's going to take a tragedy for people to realize what they have and what they've lost. And these are just facts. Greed, gluttony, ego, etc., has destroyed the nations. With that being said, I hope everybody's doing well this evening. I will tell you all this. I mean, there are some crazy stories, but they're heavily related in substance abuses. I'm not going to lie. I'm 47 now, and I was in my early 20s. We're going back 23, 24 years ago. 2000s, 99, 77, I was born, 87, 97. So so I was 19 in 99, I was 20 in 2000, and then I used to have a good time. Used to go out with the crew. It was usually just me and my two good friends. They were two brothers, and usually one other kid would tag along. They're a good friend, and sometimes we'd have another friend or two. So it'd usually be me and my friend, and then three in the back of my Jeep. And yeah, we'd have a good time. You know, I mean, I was dosed up. Um, but I was always a driver, and I was always the one that took control, no matter what. And 'cause I sure as heck wasn't gonna, put my trust in anybody else. So I took control and did it. We had a good time and stuff, but there were some crazy nights. And the best would be like when the clubs would be out at 1. Well, last call was like, I think, what, 1 in the morning, because they were out at 1:30. So then you try to find somewhere after, like an after parties place, or like a rave club or something. Those were fun. And a lot of times those were open like 2 in the morning. So they'd run from um like 2 to like 2 to like 2 to 3 in the morning or something, I think it was. No, 2 to 6. It was like 2 to 6 in the morning. A lot of crazy stuff that went on in those places too. It was weird. And there'd be cops and everything in there, looking at the kids and looking at everybody all whacked out, drugging up and stuff. It was a weird time. But yeah. And then after well, this was actually kind of towards the end, towards like 9/11. And then I kind of just pulled back and stopped hanging out with everybody, and I had to clean myself up. it was getting a little much, so I just stopped hanging out and did what I had to do and, detox myself, if you want to call it. But yeah, there was some good times though. I mean, I enjoyed going out. Never did well, like with the chicks or anything, but I tried to have a good time. Never did anything, uh, out of hand or illegal or nothing. Just just tried to have a good time, and but it was always a meat market. There were always more guys than girls, and it was always tough. You had to kind of look a certain way to, yeah, I guess, to do well in those environments. So I guess it is what it is. That's some low. Oh, there goes Xavier. Yes, well, how old are you, Kenny? Dino, how old are you? Yeah, we're definitely in some tough spots here. Definitely crazy time. I mean, I remember, heck, I remember 80s. I remember mid 80s. I remember like Russia, Gorbachev, Soviet Union, different worries with that crap, you know, that BS. And then, like, then you got into the early 90s and it was, you had the Clinton administration, and it seemed like, I don't know, a lot of good business. Oh, all right, 18, nice. I wish I was 18 again, man. But yeah, you saw like a lot of business growth. A lot of the '90s were a interesting time. Big boom for restaurants. Big boom for a lot of ideas were coming out in the '90s off the '80s. A lot of themes, a lot of different restaurant ideas, buffet ideas. There were a lot of places where they would have brunches. 47, yeah. You'd go everywhere, and there'd be all these spots, on Sundays and Saturdays where you could go, and you go to different hotels or different venues. Restaurants would have buffet stations set up. You go and real nice stuff. Yeah, your egg station, your carving station, dessert station. But good food, and it was just a different time. You know. Yeah, I think it was probably the same. Honestly, probably all. Um, it's probably all comparative. You know. I think we were still kind of where we're at now, but I think I think maybe in some ways maybe you know but yeah, today's a little different. I mean, it's kind of the same, but it's a little more drastic now, maybe. you know Definitely a little more drastic. Yeah, I would like to be eight. It'd be nice to be 18 again. Miss those times in a way. it was just nice being young. When you get up there, it sucks, especially 47. It's horrible. Just because there's no coming back down. So it makes it tough. And I'll tell you guys, treasure your youth. Dino, enjoy the teens, man. Because let me tell you, once you hit that 21, 22, you still have plenty. The years are still going by slow. It's like when you're in grade school. You know, kindergarten to first grade takes. Kindergarten to eighth grade takes the millennia. It seems like, right? Years and years to get there. But then once you hit 30, it starts going by real quick. you know, really, once you get up to 30, it's a slow process. But once you hit 30, time starts lapsing a bit, and then you get to 40, and then it's all over. You know, definitely is. And I'll tell you this, Dino. Being a youngster, you know, uh, keep your eyes peeled always. You know, and research your natural health ways. Look into your lysines, look into your ester C's, look into your acidophilus. Looking into your you know fruits. Look at certain things that can be utilized for health and for repair and for prevention. Because you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that big time. Um, being only 18 years old, you're gonna see a lot coming up. You're gonna see a lot, my man. And by the time you get to 50, you're gonna have been through a lot. So you gotta learn how to arsenal up, and you gotta learn how to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to. Gary, welcome. If you haven't subbed, please do. I'm giving pearls right now, so take heed. Get out the notebooks. All right. But in all reality, get on the horn, and if you call it, and yeah, really start looking into. You might want to also consider. I take whole lemons and I blend them up. Start with like a half, cut it up. Little raw garlic, cut it up. Little raw turmeric if you can find it. A little raw ginger if you can do it. You cut that up too. Throw it in, and I throw in a bunch of blueberries. Sometimes I can find them like a pint, right? So like 2 pints maybe. Yeah, 2 pints for like $6 sometimes. If not, they're usually like $6 a pint. I won't get them, but I like to throw in the blueberries. I might get a pint anyways. Throw a little less in. You throw like a green apple in there. It makes it taste pretty good. And blend that up, drink it down. Throw like a good 12, 13 ounces of water in there, and drink up. You know, and there's just different things to, a lot of stuff on YouTube too. You can check out. Um, but you wanna get that immune system popping. And you want to just kind of prepare yourself. That's all. You know. I know when COVID hit, I wasn't too concerned. I mean, I kind of laughed about it, and then I saw, when it was showing the globe and it was showing the infection rate. I was like, oh, well, that's a little worse than I thought. And I got a little worried about it, but I had my own concoctions I was doing at the time that kept me well, and yeah, but we skated by on that one. So thing is we were able to get by on that. But when the next one hits, people of my age bracket or younger may not be so lucky. You know, that targeted a different species. But if it targets ours, we could be in predicaments. You know what I'm saying? Hey, still to this day, I see people wearing masks and all this craziness, and all this stuff. Everybody masking it up. Yeah, I wouldn't even wear a mask, and then I started wearing one because people were looking at me and getting angry because I wasn't, and I felt bad. So then I started wearing it, and I enjoyed wearing a mask because it hid my face. Didn't have to worry about shaving so much. Didn't matter, And then I started thinking, yeah, I'm not getting sick as much, or I'm not getting the feeling like I'm fighting viruses off as much. So I got into it. Hey, nice, Jonathan. Welcome. Nice. Yeah, I was actually at Walmart today, and I was PS5 is pretty expensive. The PS4 is there much of a difference in graphics between the PS4 and the PS5? Because I'll tell you, it was tempted, man. I was looking at the systems today, and oh, okay, so they're the same then, graphic wise. Because that PS4 was looking pretty cool. But you can't play PS5 games on 4, right? But the graphics are pretty good still on the PS4. I was just looking today, and I haven't played video games in a while. I used to play PlayStation all the time. Not crazy, but I play like the fighting games and the sport games. And I have a TV here, but every now and then I kind of get the urge. Yeah, well, every now and then I kind of get the urge to maybe get a upgraded TV and a console, but I don't know if I'd play it that much. Where it'd be worth spending. It's like $500 for that PS4. I was looking today; it was like four. It was like almost 500 for that thing, like 450, I think. No, my TV's crappy that I have here. My flat's an old flat screen. It's an old Sony, so I'd have to get like a $500 or $600 TV. Plus, it'd be like a grand for the setup. I'd want to get like a $600 or $700 flat screen to make it, to make it worth it. Oh, oh, I should check pawn shops. That's not bad. Pawn shop. Yeah, I forgot about pawn shops. There's a few around. What kind of games you like on it? You dropped it 2 times. Oh, okay. Pawn shop, huh? Yeah, pawn shops are pretty. You'll find some good stuff. I forgot about pawn shops. Yeah, you can find some good stuff at the pawn shop. No, okay. Madden 25, nice, nice. Okay. Madden 25. Yeah, I like Tekken always, and the baseball games are cool. I like the hockey games. Definitely not football. A little confusing. Um, Basketball games are pretty cool too. Okay. Yeah, I remember back playing video like Nintendo and stuff when I was younger. Nintendo was pretty big, but the video games they've come a long way. Definitely come a long way. Especially like how they were so you know the way they were so what do you call it, so ancient looking, compared to now. Madden 25, yeah, that's a good one though. That's a good one. Yeah, Mortal Kombat was big. When I was in high school, it came out actually on oh man, what is it? What? Oh yeah, place. Yeah, but it was the video game. It was big. Yeah, Nintendo. That's right, Nintendo. That's right. I'm drawing a blank. I'm thinking PS. Yeah, that's right. Mortal Kombat was on Nintendo. Yeah, that's right. It was Nintendo. Yeah, Mortal Kombat was big. I remember there was um when was in high school there was a uh what the heck, Domino's, and they had a Mortal Kombat. Everybody used to play it. I sucked at it though. Um, but yeah, Mortal Kombat was big. I can't believe it's still. I don't know if it's still big. I'm sure I know it's still out there though. The Nintendo was a good system. Nice, John. How old are you, Jonathan? Oh, okay. What grade are you in, Jonathan? Oh wow. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember the seventh grade. Yeah. Wow. I remember those times. How video games were at that age. What a fun time, man. Well, enjoy it. Happy teen when you turn 13. Enjoy it. Take it slow. Excuse me. Enjoy the time and treasure your youth. You know what I mean? And always try to be the best you can. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's a pretty stupid thing to do, but it doesn't surprise me. Just figures. Yeah, definitely just yeah, good. Just follow your dreams, Do what, yeah, I would meditate. I would get into Tai Chi and Qigong, and I would I would I would read a little bit about Confucius, um Taoism and Buddhism, regardless of your religion, even if you're a Christian. I would I would start reading some of those Asian philosophies, and I would try to practice some qigong and tai chi, and you'll find yourself um, able to be more in the moment. And as I was trying to talk to Jonathan here about too, you know You really just stay focused, and what everybody else is doing, who cares? If somebody makes fun of you or says something, who cares? Um, what are mods? But yeah, I would check that out, Dino. You know, try to try to look into that. That may help. Well, it's definitely hard to stay in the moment, but sometimes it's a better way to live if you can. Oh, okay. Oh, you want to be the moderator? We could do that. My other moderator left. I got you on as moderator, Jonathan. No worries. Glad you could be here. It's funny. I always do hit the button if it's not for kids. I guess 12 isn't, but I know everybody's phone on. You have your own phone, Jonathan, or I imagine you have your own cell phone. But I know if your parents don't, I know there's different settings. So it's just interesting to me, who how I always get younger people in the lives. That's why I always try to keep everything tightened up. Try not to swear and stuff. Try to keep it always PG so everybody can come on and enjoy. Um, no worry, Jonathan. Thank you. And like I said, really just do as well as you can in school and make those grades and study. Take the time to review your material and study it up. High school is very important, and it's right around the corner for you. So just do well and make sure you take those 4 years of high school. Very important, especially ninth and 10th. You know, take all you can from those years because it's going to help you for 11th and 12th. And if you do well through 9 through 11, senior year could be a easier year, depending on your course of action that you're taking with your coursework, you know. But if you can study hard and you can do well and you can get into some college prep classes, if that's the route you're taking, or you're going to go into, say, a trade or something, but just look at your options and just always stay focused and don't let the idiot kids, take you off it. Because when you're my age, it's not going to matter anymore. When you're 20 years old out of high school, it's not going to matter anymore. And all your friends and all their friends and everybody's friends of their friends and popularity and stuff isn't going to matter. It's all out the window when you're 20 years old. Once you graduated high school, everything's out the window. Doesn't matter. Yeah, well, you're gonna. Seventh grade's a good grade. You're definitely gonna miss the seventh. Eighth will be fun, but seventh is your happy medium because it's your bridge. You made it through fifth. You got through sixth. Now you're at seventh, right before eighth, right before ninth. So you're kind of in that area. But just do what you can. Play the video games. You know, just be a good dude. Do the good things. Live well, and treat people right. Yeah, I did too. I fumbled a lot all the way up. It wasn't until eighth, ninth, and 10th that I kind of found my way. I did bad. I got picked on a lot too. Got picked on real bad. From the time I entered the bus in kindergarten all the way through, I was wrecked by the kids. I didn't really have fun in school. I didn't enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I enjoyed eighth, ninth, and 10th. High school was all right because I got good grades. I finally was able to learn and stuff. That's all right. But it can be hard, though. It can be very mentally draining, school, especially when you get picked on, and especially when you don't feel adequate. And when kids pick on you, they kind of they take a lot away from you because you're not old enough yet to be able to make connections like that, mature connections. You make mature connections for your age, but at seventh grade, you can't think, you know, um, with any type of wisdom or anything like somebody that's in their 30s or 40s. So a lot of times things when you're in seventh grade or when you're in high school or when you're 20 and 18, 19, things seem really important that when you're 30 and 40 and 50 aren't going to be important anymore. But it's going to be hard to make those assumptions when you're young. You're not going to see it. You'll remember it later, when you're 40, you're going to be, oh, yeah, there was that guy on YouTube. He was telling me one night that, da 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 da. And you'll remember it then, when the parents tell you, when I was young, this and that. Hey, thank you, Jonathan. Well, I appreciate that. I've been trying on this YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I definitely appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I should do a little fishing. That's true. I haven't fished in a while. But when your parents tell you when I was young, when they give you this or when when you get older type of thing, that there's a lot of truth in that. But it's like you guys will see it, later. But never stop trying, though. You know, you gotta always keep that up. Never stop trying. Never stop. Always keep shooting for everything. Yeah, that would be all right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's true. I could stream video games if I did get a console. I'd probably have to put it in front of the TV on a different angle or something, but yeah, that could work. I wonder if I get any views streaming video game. I probably would, huh? Probably would get some views. Well, that's all right, Dino. I did too. That's why I'm telling you guys this now. If I knew what I was saying now, years ago. So that's why I'm telling you guys this. I mean, it seems like you've already kind of figured that out. Well, at 18, you'll figure that out. Because at 18, you can see things from 8 years old to 18. Don't worry about it, Jonathan. Thank you. Don't worry, Jonathan. Thank you, though. Thank you for the thought there. It's all right, my man. Take that 20 and get a video game. Well, you're going to need probably another 30 for a video game. Definitely. But I'll tell you guys, you got a lot, you do have a lot to learn. I mean, there's a lot to learn. I'm saying, now, it's not easy, but definitely work hard and because like when I go to work and stuff, and you know, it's just a lot of physical labor and stuff. I work at a food pantry, and I do a lot of, I do a lot of food pickups at the store, and I'm lifting a lot of boxes, and it's just tedious. And I sit there and I say to myself, well, sometimes you kind of realize some of the mistakes you've made through, what you're doing in life. You know what I mean? And, um, if you don't make the right decisions and you don't follow the right path, then you're going to be stuck doing things that you don't want to be doing for money, and this and that. And it's not going to be that fulfilling. I mean, yeah, I'm helping people, I'm feeding people, I'm doing good, but I'm also breaking my back for it. And financially, it's not, I mean, I'm struggling in a sense. So it's like, I didn't educate myself and do the right thing, and now I'm paying a price for it because now I'm working a job that's not paying me that much, where I'm working wicked hard, and yeah, I'm benefiting a lot of people, which in the greater good is benefiting me, but also in the greater good is not benefiting me. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm working harder for somebody else, and I mean, if I got to come home and count my money, and if I got to come home and struggle and figure out bills and everything else, but yeah, work so hard to help everybody else, you kind of sit there and question and say, what's the point? And that's going to be a big part when you're working for somebody and you didn't educate yourself and you didn't do the right things or go to the school for the trade or do something that's going to make you at least what you're doing worth it. Like if I knew things a little bit different, I may have went into tech. Now I may have went in, but my problem is I'm not good at math. I'm not that good in. I'm not a technical person really, not mechanical, or at least I never thought I was. I never tried to learn. Um, but I mean, in different jobs and stuff. Like I worked at Michael's stores for a little while at one point years ago, and okay, well, don't let it get to you because there's still other strengths that you can achieve. But like building like planograms and grids, like if you go into Michael's or you go into like any type of store and you see like the grids or you see like an end cap, it has the labels on it and it has the things you can stick the product on, and they give you the directions and stuff, and you got to build them, and then you got to build the wall, and you got to do all, and it's complicated. It took me a lot of time to do it, and I was real weak at it, and so I mean, I was always better with like psychology and philosophy. Psychology I was really good at. Philosophy, those courses, history, English, stuff like that. Gee, nice, nice, Jonathan. Hey, G. All right, G. Yeah, Megan and Mike. Yes, nice. Yeah, I love E and G. You know that. Just trying to give pearls to the youth here. How old are you, G? But no, that's good, Jonathan, and that's pretty good. Paintball is pretty cool. Stay into that. It's good exercise. Paintball is really good, and that's pretty cool too, Jonathan. Stick with that. You get to build the guns. That's 60, 61. Well, I'm 47, so at least we got somebody in here that's close to my age. We got Jonathan who's 12. Shout out to Jonathan. Um, Now I was just trying to tell Jonathan. Gee, you may agree with me. I was just trying to tell Jonathan to just. He's in seventh grade. I was just trying to tell him to just stick to what's important. Um, be diligent, work hard, pay attention. You know, and yeah, paintball hurt. I never did paintball. but it did seem pretty cool to me. Um, but yeah, to really just hey, Scud me out, welcome. Not bad. I was trying to talk. We got a Mr. Jonathan here is in seventh grade. Yeah, the paintball gun. Yeah. How are you, Scud Meow? I hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. How's the IBS, Scud Meow? Gallbladder's doing all right. It was a little, I'm not going to lie, it was a little sore today. I woke up, I didn't eat yesterday. I mean, I ate in the morning. Yeah, very true, G. The gallbladder was feeling all right. It was irritated yesterday, and I didn't eat much yesterday, and I didn't eat at all. Yeah, that's all right though, Dino. Oh, okay. All right, Scott. Yeah. Now, what's what's your like you lean, Scud Meow? You overweight? Like, what's your you tall? How? Yeah, you can do lean on the air fryer too. That's what's nice about it. Um, and I can tell you too. You know, yeah, yeah. I know with that Scud Meow. I know it's challenging. With the stomach issues. I'm battling mine too. Definitely a problem in America. Oh, all right. Oh, Sam Sulik. All right. Yeah, Sam Sulik's pretty big dude. Yeah, he's got a lot of good content out. Sam Sulik. I like Sulik. That's not bad. That's pretty good. 170 at 6'1". Oh, so you're 6'1". Damn. I'm only 5'5". Wow. All right, so 170 at 6'1". That's not bad. All right, yeah, Sam Sulik. Yeah. Okay. All right. 160 at 6'1". So you have body fat then, I imagine? Because I'm thinking 170 at 6'1's thin. All right, so you must hold body fat then, Scud Meow. So you got body fat on you then. Because because 170 at 6'1 and 160 at 6'1 is thin. For me at 5'5", if I could be a 150, 160 solid, I'd be but my problem is I have body fat too. So if I get to be, at 5'5", if I get up to 140, 150, which would be a solid weight for a guy that's 5'5", I'll gain a lot in my stomach and sides. I have a hard time putting muscle on. Usually you put muscle on and fat, but the muscle kind of sucks some of that fat out and you get bigger. But when you have a hard time getting bigger, and a guy like me starts eating and starts trying to get bigger, then I get more fat. And I think it's kind of the same problem that you're telling me because 170 at 6'1" is thin. I mean, it's not, I'm saying usually a guy that's 6'1" is going to ride around 200 pounds. That's going to be start saying that they're 210 is more of a like a fat weight, 220 at 6'1", 230 at 6'1". That's kind of obese, unless you're muscle. So 6'1" at 160, I would think. Well, I am only 120, remember, and I get down. So and the camera makes me look better than I do. All right, yeah. So you're wide. Yeah, I did, Jonathan. All right, scud me out. So yeah, so you gotta be thick then. You gotta be thick and have some body fat on you. Are you kind of like a tall, stocky in a way? Like, are you beefy? But that's all right. How much do you weigh now? Okay, I got you. How much you weigh now, Scud Meow? Because remember, you start lifting those weights and putting on muscle, you're gonna suck that body fat out of you real quick. I'd start pounding the weights. I'd start hitting chest. I'd start hitting a lot of incline bench, um, deadlifts, dips, squats. Well, don't worry about it. But I'd start. You go to a gym or you work out at home or you don't do anything yet. Because honestly, you start hitting the weights, doing a little bit of cardio there, you're gonna start seeing some difference. Um, but I'm telling you, burpees are good too. If you can try those, they'll suck the wind out of you quick. But yeah, the Sam Sulek stuff, you start training, doing stuff like that, you're gonna get there. Well, at least you're 6'1" though. You know. I mean, that's pretty cool. You have some mass. Yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. And I mean, yeah. So I can understand. I'm a fit the car. Yeah, you got to get the cardio in. Um, but pumping the weights is gonna help too. That'll contour you up a bit as well. That's pretty cool. Wow. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Sam Sulek's huge. And then, like when you see guys that big with the six pack and stuff, it's yeah. His channel's grown. His channel's gotten big over the course of a couple years. I remember when he first came out, and then all of a sudden he blew up. But I mean, he should. I mean, he was doing the cut for so long. That bulk was forever. And I mean, he was recording his progress, and he did it well. Where he, clipped his videos, and he did a good job. And it's pretty cool. I always kind of wanted to do. I always wish I could have done something a little more drastic like that. But I mean, I'm trying with the channel, But I've tried different things like Sulik, but I never could show a progression like him. So I mean, it was difficult when I tried a workout channel or try like instructing people because it got tough because there's a lot of uh, better people out there on YouTube for that. The food ASMR, that's that kind of fits everybody, but sometimes, but I don't know. I thought about maybe doing some more workout stuff on the channel. Not really sure though. Like so many ideas of things to be doing. I'm gonna hit that light off in back of me. I think so bright. I've been trying to do a lot of lives though. Oh, nice. Damn. Yeah, I might have to, Jonathan, one of these times. Was that a 210 pound? Was that a shoulder? Was that with a barbell? Was that with free weights? Was that a barbell shoulder press with 210? That's pretty good in the 11th grade, man. Well, I'd get back in the gym there, Scud Meow. I really would. Because it seems like you have the strength and the mass. You know what I mean? You got the strength and the mass. Oh, okay. Oh, I got. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like this. Yeah, I know what you're. That's still good though. It's a lot of weight. I'm not good with the barbell shoulder press. I can only do like 95 pounds for one rep, a couple reps. I think 100 pounds for one, but it's hard. Barbell shoulder press is hard for me. But I'm a small dude. Um, but I'm not good on benching or I'm not a good bencher really. I'm not the best bencher. I'm not very good at you know shoulder pressing, but I try though. I try. And it's hard for me too because like I said, I work out real early in the morning and I have people that live above me. I rent an in-law downstairs, so I have people that live above me. Yeah, that's about what I do. I can get 130 now for or four, 3 or 4 for 130. I used to push when I was 140. Like in 2013, I was doing like in the 170s. I swear I had written down I did 180 for a couple reps, but I swear I was doing like 150 for like 6 reps, but I was like 140. And I deadlifted 300 for one rep. But this was all back in 2013, 2012. Um, so I mean, now I can do like 125 for 5 or 6. Yeah, 125 for 5. 'Cause I throw that on my 5x5. I think 125 I hit for 5. I'll tell you right now. Now remember, I'm 125.5. So we got, let's see, let's go to let's see here. Okay, that's shoulders. All right. So hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. Where am I? Yeah, 3 with 130. So 3.75 reps, so almost 4 with 130. So yeah, I could do 5 with the 125. Yeah. Barbell press, yeah, 4 with 120. 3 with 125. Yeah. Let's see if I got yeah, it's not easy though, you know. But I've been trying to get better. I've been getting better with the squats though. I think I got 4 with I forget. Hold on a minute. I'm going back too far here, I guess. But I am getting a little bit. Let's see what I got with. Uh, all right. Yeah, I got 6 with 130 on the barbell squat, so that's actually was pretty good. Getting better on the squats. It's been taking me a while, but I also try to go. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right now, I'm not sure. Yeah, you could definitely get the 300 with all that weight you got. Be able to press that. Yeah, I don't know, Jay. I'm a little tired. Not too many. And what's your nationality, Scud Meow? I think Scud is, what do you say, 29? I like that name, Scud Meow. How do you come up with Scud Meow? I thought it was Scud Meow, and then I realized it's Meow. Scud Meow. Nice. And you have the girlfriend that's Dominican, was it? Or not Dominican? Was it Dominican? I love Dominican women. No offense or anything. I'm just saying I love Spanish and Puerto Rican, Dominican, Colombian. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love Hispanic women. Not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Matter of fact, I love black women too. I love ethnic women. Asian, Thai, black, African. Yeah, yeah, you're lucky. Ah, Dominican. You're lucky, man. Oh, there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, man, I love, especially just the curves, you know what I mean? It's just I love ethnic women, you know. Yeah, we do. I mean, white girl, they're okay, but I mean, I do love the ethnicity. I prefer ethnicity. I love Asian. I love them all. I'm not gonna. I don't care. I don't care who they. I mean, I do. Um, I love the ethnicity. It's nice, and then you get the accent. Yeah, it's just nice, and then they know another language, and it's pretty cool. It can add to the fun of everything, and I, you know, so hats off to you, Scud Meow. You definitely, you know, and it's tough for me. I've been single a while, so I mean, it gets kind of lonely and boring. Guess you find yourself trying to live it out all the time, doing more of these lives than would ever thought. A lot of people come on and they hold on, guys. Hold the phones here for a minute now. And No, not. Let me see. Oh, excuse me. Um. Oh, her mom. Oh, nice. Her mom's Greek. Oh, Dominican and Greek. Sorry about that. Now, if you don't mind me, so is she tall? Scud me out. Is she short? That's a nice mix. Yeah, that is. Oh, you lucky dog, you. Oh, you lucky son of a gun, you. 5'1", man? God damn. Scud me out. I wish we lived in the same state. She have any friends? I mean, you guys are 30. I'm 50. I'm sure, you know, once I do myself up, I might be able to look 40. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm 30 at heart. You know, you guys would love to hang out with me. I mean, I'd make you all laugh till you died. Probably, I'd make you. You guys would love me. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those people that's just a ball of fun. You know, especially yeah. Yeah, I think you would. No, I'm a good dude, and I have a lot of fun, and I'm one of those dudes that you know, even like if you know, even like with a drink or something, you know, I'm one of those people. I'm real laid back. Matter of fact, when I was working where I work, there was a guy. He came in to volunteer. Yeah, well, the problem is, Jonathan, is my beard isn't thick. And you're kind of young, so you're not gonna. Well, let me try to explain it to you. So you see, it's thick enough, but it's not like there's some guys that have a real thick beard, and when they grow it like longer than this, it kind of looks like brillowy. You know what I mean? So with me, it's thick enough, but once it grows, kind of, it's at a 15 now. So if I let it get to a 20, which I have, and if it gets beyond that, it starts getting a little scraggly. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't really like it much longer than this. You know, but so I don't think I could do the Wolverine. I mean, I could. It just wouldn't look as good as I would like it. You know. But but yeah, I'm just so I had this guy. Yeah, Deadpool is pretty good. So I had this guy, and he was a volunteer. He came in to volunteer because most of the people where I work are volunteers because they can't pay more than just a couple people. Because you know, what's your nationality, Scud? Me, are you Irish? So, um, so yeah, so he came in to volunteer, and he said to me one morning, he's like, Mike, he's like, don't ever change, man. He's like, laid back Mike, and I'm like, you know, that's a good name for me, you know. And I mean, even like hanging out, you know, even at the times of drinking or whatever. Oh, Woody, how are you? Oh, that's it. So what do you call it in Kentucky? Hoagie? Yeah, we call them grinders here. What do you say in Kentucky? A hoagie? A sub. Oh yeah, well it is a sub. Yeah, you're right. That's awesome. Sub in Ohio. All right. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, That grind, that's so, well, the sub, yeah, that was pretty good today. I actually put some snail, put some mayo on it. And what I did this time, which made it real good, is I heated it. I normally don't do that. I put it in the microwave for like 20 seconds, but it sucks because the stove, everything's upstairs. So down here, I just have my eating area and I have a microwave. So I got to prepare everything upstairs and I got to bring it down. So by the time I eat everything, it's normally cold. Unless I do the video up there, but I like my spot down here. Even if nobody's around upstairs, I still like my spot down here. So I gotta bring, so by the time I walk down the stairs and stuff, it gets kind of cold. Um, Now I usually get them from Big Y. I don't usually like getting them from restaurants because, well, the ones around here because they're just mostly bread with a little bit of deli on it. And I'm not a big grinder per sub person, but if I need something leaner that's gonna fill me up and it's kind of like getting some garbage, like misplaced getting McDonald's or something, I like to get a sub. And I only have them put on just the cheese and the olives, and then I put the stuff on here. But when I heated it up, it actually tasted real good. The dough softened, and I like the big wide grinders because you get a 6 inch for $7, and they put just enough stuff on it. The bread is just right enough. It doesn't feel like I'm over breaded. Subway's okay, but I go to Big Y and get my grinders or my subs, whatever you want to call them. But I don't mind buying some deli and making my own sandwiches either. It's actually cheaper that way. But I don't eat much deli. So that's why, I get a sub, usually, well, usually once a week, once every other week. I put it in the microwave down here sometimes. But like if I use the air fryer and stuff up there, and I throw fries and whatnot in, when I get down here, it'll be cold. And I don't like to heat it up because then it'll be if yeah, no one thing. If you air fry something and then you microwave it, it's gonna become soggy. So like if you air fry fries and they're nice and hot and they're crispy, and then they get cold and you put them in a microwave, you're gonna ruin them. They're gonna taste. They're not gonna taste as good. You're better off eating them cold, and they get cold quick. Yeah, no, the air fryer is good. But see, you're gonna eat right from the fryer. You're not preparing. Me. I mean, I'm making the food, and then I bring it down, and then I decide I'm gonna put the cape on, and then I decide, well, I'm gonna put the tie on, and then I decide I'm gonna put the hat on. It's like I gotta get some costumes or something because I like coming out with characters. I should get some costumes or something or some, like a I don't know, theme like a hot dog costume or something like that. I think it might make it more fun. I wonder if it give me more views. But I like doing that. I like dressing up a little bit. Like, when I put the dress shirt, I ruined all my tie. I don't wear them. I actually bought all that dress stuff when I was going to church. Um, yeah, Batman's great. But when I was going to church, that's why I had the ties because I had the dress shirts. So, but all my ties, food is falling on them. They're all messed up. Um, but I like doing that. I think it's comical. It's not every day that you see somebody, ASMR and food and a tie and a t-shirt. So I don't know if it's stupid or I don't know if it's comical. Oh, thanks, Josh. Welcome, Josh. Shout out to Josh. Josh, a good man. Shout out to Josh. In the way beginning, I didn't think Josh liked the channel because I had the antics going a little too much. I remember Josh made a few comments. I think one. Um, I didn't think he liked it, and then you were leaving some comments, so I guess you do. And as I've stated before, I'm not going to draw it out, but I try to chill on some of the antics because I can get a little when I'm in front of the camera and I'm sitting there. It's and where I get really when I'm shaking the stuff up. I remember back in some of the beginning videos, it was awesome. I'd take the, all right, Don M, welcome. Shout out. Well, thank you, Josh. Well, Josh, you remember in the beginning of my videos when I would take the soda and I would be shaking it around. There were a few times that the cap actually almost fell off the soda, and then I'd take the bag with the fast food in it and shake it, and go around and like really shake it and really shake the bag. Yeah, I didn't realize ASMR was kind of relaxing and people actually listened it to relax and I've learned that people put me on loop and fall asleep to my voice and this and that. So like I didn't I didn't really realize that the point of the ASMR was kind of to be more subtle and soft, a little bit more graceful with the fun. So I was just trying to be like crazy, like thinking what's gonna get me the most views, what are people gonna think's the most funny and the most stupid, and let me shake everything up and do all this crazy stuff. And it was fun. It was fun. I mean, I would watch my videos and laugh in hysterics sometimes. I would come back home and I'd sit here and replay my videos. And yes, and I just want to let everybody know we got Jonathan on, seventh grade, 12 years old, and I put him in charge of the live tonight. So let's give another shout out to Jonathan, listening to some good advice, taking it in. So we want to welcome Jonathan here too. Any good advice for Jonathan? We have some older people in the building. Please give him some pearls if you can. Yeah, thanks. The lives are helping, Scud Meow. The lives are helping. All right, Josh, we could do that too. Hold on, hold on here. All right. Hold on, Josh. All right, Josh, we got you. We got you modding too. Eh, yeah, they're not bad either. Um, you're welcome. All right, so that's with the modulator. I never got that when I went to lives, and then I would say a message, and somebody would hop on and like scream me like quick. Maine's food reviews, I love them. That happened there, and then they let me in. They're like, oh no no, we know Mike's, we know Food Tray Mike. Yeah, no worries, Josh. Thank you for the support as always. Not gonna lie, yeah, you just remember. Yeah, I used to love it though. I would come home and I'd sit down and watch him and I'd just be laughing. And I'd be like, look at this guy in a car, soda's almost spilling everywhere. Um, yeah, bag of food going crazy. I'm sitting there, and then there was one video I did, and I was at a Burger King, and I looked over, and I was like, hey, Julio, hey man, how are you? Like, and then people are like, no one was even there. Just different stuff that I would think would, or going out of the ASMR, so like whispering or not saying anything, and then all of a sudden just like talking real loud. Like just being silent, and then out of nowhere, um just coming out of nowhere talking like like volume 10. So yeah, but yeah, Jonathan. Well, John, I can't do that on the live. Yeah, the Baconator. But Jonathan, just go into my videos and just scroll down and once you get more towards like the middle or the end, you'll see, you'll see them. Yeah, the Baconator. Yeah, I gotta go back to the Baconator. Yeah, I used to love the fast food ones. I used to have a good time. I'd switch between because where the Walmart that I go, there's a Wendy's right in the plaza. And I'm not a fan of Wendy's, but like now they have the caramel frosty, and I love frosties, and I was gonna actually go try it, um, but I haven't yet. Sometimes I feel like if I'm gonna get a frosty, I'd rather just get myself like a pint, or if it is of Haagen Dazs, and just eat that because there's probably just as much sugar in the frosty as there is in the Haagen Dazs, and the Haagen Dazs would be way better. So I think that's probably why I haven't hit the frosty yet. But I do love the Baconator. So I would switch. So the Wendy's would be in the Walmart Plaza. Then across the street was a pizza. It was a Napoli, which is okay. Napoli's okay. It's a it's a chain restaurant, and their food pretty much tastes. Their sauce is pretty. It's. I don't want to say it tastes processed, but it tastes like restaurant quality. It's not the best. Yeah, I do love the Chinese food, Josh. Yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. So I would switch that or McDonald's or Burger King. It'd mostly be Burger King. Then of course the videos would get old and the views would go down a bit. So then I'd switch. I'd go back to the Chinese. There's a good Chinese buffet near the Walmart. Hey, Fi, Finley. Well, welcome, Finley. Welcome, Finley. That's awesome. The message is gone. I didn't mind that message. We're talking about hoorah, hoorah, and shura. This is the best. All right, Alan, welcome. Shout out. Yes. Hi, Fryland, Fineland, Finley, whatever your name is. Yes. I'm a woman in disguise, baby. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Not bad. It's late night at the Apollo. Oh, Finley got outed, huh? This is great. I forgot. Yeah, for 300 seconds. That's awesome. Yes, it's the late night mic train. Yeah, thank you, Josh. Yeah, yeah, hit the like. Yes. Yeah, it's but yeah, some of those the Wendy. I got to go back to the Wendy's video and take a look at that. Well, unfortunately, you can't play music because the YouTube doesn't allow the music. I think it has to be like an instrumental. But I gotta check out. All right, I gotta check. I gotta check the Wendy's one out again. Which one was that? What's it called? Wendy's Baconator? Because I have a few Wendy's ones. It must be the Baconator one. All right, Wendy's Baconator. Yeah, I admit, yeah, some of those, yeah, had to be pretty funny. I got to go back to the Wendy's one. But I used to love, and then, I'd always try to park where cars wouldn't be because, I'd find it weird, you know. Well, I mean, after a while it wasn't. In the beginning of doing the videos, it was kind of, I'd pick spots where people, you know, couldn't see. But Mayo, Mayo. The funny story, when I was younger, I had a friend. It was my sister's friends. Yeah, it was my sister's friends. I used to hang out there a little bit. She had a she had a brother, and his mom, the kid I used to hang out with, made the sandwiches with Miracle Whip, and we always use Hellman's. So for some reason, when I had the sandwich with the Miracle Whip, I thought it was very good. And for some time when I was younger, I did like Miracle Whip. I tried Miracle Whip a few years back, and it tasted different. But I used to like Miracle Whip. I'm not gonna lie. On a ham and cheese sandwich, it made it taste a little different. Back in the '90s, Miracle Whip I liked. I prefer the Hellman's, obviously, but it gave a little bit different of a taste to the sandwich. And when you grow up eating something the same way, and I remember having it, and I remember I asked like what the difference was. I was like, "What do you use for mayo on there?" It tastes a little had like a little sweeter taste maybe, but it wasn't. I don't know. It's hard to explain. And I yeah, I don't know. The Miracle Whip just tasted really good, but they usually it was like I think that we always used I think it was like a higher quality white bread, and I think the bread that they had used was the Wonder Bread, and we didn't use Wonder Bread when I was growing up. So I think it was having it on the Wonder Bread, and I think I specifically told my mother to get Wonder Bread for them sandwiches maybe because I swear they had the Wonder Bread, and it was just I remember the bread. I don't know. The ham was probably more processed too, which probably made it taste better. But let me tell you, the way that ham and cheese tasted with the bread that they used, and I believe it was Wonder, because I could see the way the bread was, it had to be that, and the way that Miracle Whip tasted on there. Oh, let me tell you, I swore I never had a sandwich again. I'm not lying to you guys. I went home and I remember I'm like, ah, gotta get that Miracle Whip. I tried the Miracle Whip. I just had a sandwich with it. That was good stuff. It was good stuff. I love deviled eggs. My aunt made the best deviled eggs you'd ever have. I could eat them out of the deviled eggs. Oh boy. Oh, she made some good deviled eggs. Damn it, man. Yeah, I had an aunt that made really good food. Um, oh boy. I even went there one time. It was Easter. This was a long time ago. This was like 2010. Was a real fun time. It was like she made like a brunch, and it was crazy. It was like French toast that was baked in the oven, and I never tasted French toast as good in my life. Not even from a restaurant ever. I don't even think I've been to a restaurant that had deviled. I've never had deviled eggs or French toast in my life better than I had. It was I don't know what it was, what the occasion was, but I went on there and I mean I went over and I don't know what she was I don't know what the occasion was but it was just a fun time, and I remember I went over and she made a spread, and the French toast it was baked because uh it was all right, Jonathan, take care. Yeah, so I don't know. I remember asking, and I found out it was baked in the oven, but it was just so good. And she always made, all right, Jonathan, good night, take care, and thank you. But she made these deviled eggs that I've never tasted deviled eggs as good. All right, Finley, thank you. Welcome again. Sorry I didn't have access to your outing there. But it was really good, though. It was really good. It was really good. I don't know the recipe, but all I can tell you is they were good. Very succulent, if you want to call it. That's the word I'd use. Pretty much, you'd have one egg and you'd have to have another, and you'd have to have another. That's how good they were. And they had a nice salt ratio. I know there was good paprika. It was spiced really good. Oh, I love the thanks, Jay. Yeah, the shredded carrots. I love shredded carrots. I was just thinking about that French toast that she made. It was so good, and the deviled eggs, and other things too. But yeah, um, it was both because the way the egg was whipped. Um, Hi, Elenia. How are you? Yeah, it was both because the egg tasted almost whipped. The yolk, it tasted like creamy. It had like a creamy sensation to it. So yes, yes. Well, then it could have been that. But I'll tell you though, it was just very well. And I do love French toast. Ever since a kid, that was always my preference. I do like pancakes, and I do like a good waffle too. I'm not gonna lie, I've been to a few places where I've had a good Belgian. You know. All right, hi. We got Finley, Elenia, and Hutch. Welcome aboard, and if you haven't subbed, please do. Yeah, I love waffles. I prefer French toast though, but I'm not gonna lie, the waffles are good. I do like the Belgian though, like when you get them at the diner or at a breakfast place. Nice Belgian waffle. They put the whipped cream on it. Yeah, me too, Dino. I love it. Yeah, the nice whipped cream on that waffle, and then yeah, they're all pumpkin pancakes aren't bad either. Get that get that syrup going on there. Oh man, sucks. Starving right now, and I'm thinking about all this stuff. I got mm. But yeah, I mean, man, thinking about that French toast and bacon. Yeah, I'm not a big breakfast person, but I do like going to breakfast. But I like going to like brunch. All right, Alan M has put a what do you call it? Deviled egg recipe up. Yeah, that's right. Yolks with the mayo. Uh, wow, it's 12:05. Late night at the Apollos. Yes. Yes. Josh, where are you from again? Where are you? How old are you, Josh? You 40? 35? Yes, happy Saturday. Late night at the Apollo. That's what I call it. The show, the late night at the Apollo. It was nice, Jonathan. No, you look young, Josh. 49. Yeah, I thought you were like my age, but I thought you could be like 40. I thought you were more 40ish. I tried, blunt, clicking on your picture, and sometimes it can show it a little larger. But I couldn't. I thought you were like 40. Oh, you're from Ohio too. So Scud Meow's from Ohio. I'm on the moon right now, Dino. I'm on the moon. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Scud me out. Josh. All right. Beautiful. I wonder if Scud Meow found me because Josh, I wonder if I got trickled in. I know Josh has been on board here since I first started. I'm glad I won you over, Josh. You look like you're a tough one to win over. You look kind of serious, but not serious. You look successful by your picture. So when I saw that first comment, I was like, oh, this guy can't stand me. And I was going to actually lash out at you, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it because I used to have a problem on YouTube where I'd kind of go a little off the hinge. So, really? Finley? That's awesome. Well, you never commented before. Yeah, so Josh, so I was saying, so I had stopped doing that, and then I started putting more effort into my channel, and then things started going. So when you said that, I was like, what do all right, I understand. But then I thought about it, and I was like, well, you got a point. I was looking at my videos, and I'm like, yeah, I am getting a little too hyped up before the content, during the content. And then I was like, he had a point. And then I don't think I ever said anything. And I was like, nah, I'll leave it alone. I'm like, everybody has a right to their opinion. They didn't want to go back to the old ways. And I'm glad I left it that way because then I noticed that, I was surprised when I think there was one time you sent me a comment, um, and I was like, oh, all right. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So I'm glad I won you over. It definitely, see, and that's what I mean. It pays to, sometimes to try to, change certain tendencies, because if I had done something stupid and lashed out in the sense of being like, oh, well, screw you, something like that, you know what I mean? It wouldn't make any sense, you know? So, but yeah, it was cool, man. And I'm glad I won you over. I'm glad you liked the content. Yeah, I'm actually pretty glad you like the content. I'm glad you like the carrots. I love the carrots too. I don't. It's not about carrots, and even with the vinegar, and the salt and vinegar, like they're so good like that. But even just with regular dressing, I love. Yeah, I remember I'd always go into buffets. Oh, I love the buffet. Everybody that knows me knows I love buffets. I don't care if somebody coughs right on that buffet. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. But I love buffets. Anybody that knows me knows Mike loves his buffet. But a lot of times when I was younger, most restaurants, most nice restaurants, I should say, or most of your American restaurants, some like steakhouses and stuff. Hey, thank you, Scud Meow. Nice. All right. Yeah, no, I do put a little too much salt. Yes, the bacteria buffet. I love it. Yeah, Josh. No, I do put a little too much salt. Thank you, Scud Meow. Shout out to Scud Meow. Yeah, celery. Yeah, definitely. But I do put a little too much salt on there. But I love salt. I put salt on my hand and just, or I like to take salt and take the raw pasta, like the angel hair, and then lick it, or just wet it, and then dunk it in the salt and eat it. Yes, thank you, Scud. And then eat it. Um, yeah, I love salt. I don't know what it is. I really do. I not as much as sugar. I mean, sugar I can go right to the jar, especially brown sugar. Like when I lived at home and I used to get the munchies and stuff. My mom always always had a nice container of brown sugar for baking, and there were so many times when everybody would be asleep and I'd be munched out and I'd go to the brown sugar and I just take a scoop. I wouldn't scoop and eat out of it, but I mean I'd scoop it, and then if I wanted another scoop, I'd take another spoon and I'd take a scoop of it, or I just put it on a plate and just eat it. I'm not lying. I love doing that. I used to have a spread. I'd have ice cream set up, chips set up. I'd make a sandwich. I'd have everything: Doritos, dressing. I mean, I would have a spread, and I'd eat for like an hour. This would be like 1, 2 in the morning. Oh, I miss those times. 12, 11. Um, but yeah, I would. I used to actually sloth out at like 10, 11 at night, 12 at night. Yeah, the Doritos. But there's nothing better than all right, yeah. Yeah, that well a little bit. As you can see, I'm still having issues with the slothing. Hold on a sec. We're gonna get some ambiance now. Late night at the Apollo. Late night at the Apollo. Late night at the Apollo. Oh. Yeah, that's why I like the Christmas lights up. It gets pretty, yeah, I got those lights. Probably gonna keep the Christmas lights up for a while. It's bright in here. There's a lot of lights. 400 lights on the tree itself. I think there's 300, 400. Yeah, 400 on the tree, and then there's I don't know. I think that's 100, 200, 300, 400. I don't know. It's probably like 500 or 600 lights in here on the ceiling, plus the tree. It's probably like 1,000 lights in this room. Um, yeah, I love no. Yeah, I love the lights too. Welcome back, Finley. And Finley, where are you from? Oh, nice. Good meow. Yeah, they got a lot of lights, but I miss the lights back in the day. Oh, Macy, Macy, Michigan. Nice. Okay. All right, Michigan in the house. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Mega Millions. Well, Massachusetts. Nah, I miss the old school lights. Yeah, he could give us all a million. That'd be nice. Yeah, I should play the lotto. I don't play though. I'm dying to get the scratches. You know, like like yeah, like I see I got some $50 scratchers now. $50 scratch tickets. Sometimes I get curious. You know, you buy four of them, you think you'd win. You know, if you buy four $50 ones, you think you'd make the 200 back. You know, I don't know. I mean, if it's a $50 ticket and you buy six of them, you think you're gonna. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But you know, I've done some lotto. You know, like the bingo one and stuff. They got like three, 400 views. I should get a couple scratchers and do it. It's fun doing that. It makes it for an easy video. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've never won that much on a scratch. Sometimes I think with all the good that I do and all the at the pantry and all the people I've given extra to and all of this and all of that, sometimes I think maybe I should go to the casino and, you know, maybe I'd be just to win something. But I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I know a little blackjack, but not much. Um, but the slots are all right. But I know you lose a lot though. What? I'll tell you one thing though. Yeah, wouldn't mind getting a couple. I should get a couple scratchers for the nice. And Finley, how'd you come up with that name? You said your name was. Oh no, is that your name, Finley? Oh, that's your name. You're from Michigan. That's right. I thought you said Macy. That's right, Michigan. Yeah, the $5 ones. Yeah, oh, that sucks. The pickle life. Well, hey, I wouldn't mind being a pickle. Not gonna lie. I mean, hell, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, it would be nice to win some money, huh? I know back a long time ago, I think it was probably easier. They probably made it easier, or I mean, it probably was easier. Now it's got they got to have that trick down. Wonder what happened if you bought a roll, like a fresh roll, maybe. Nice. That's true. Now, how old are you, Finley? Yeah, I'm gonna get 10 $50 scratchers tomorrow. 10 $50 scratchers. Yeah, I didn't realize that when I was at Big Y. I was with my manager. We were, I think, picking up turkeys a couple weeks ago, and I had to go to the courtesy desk. It was Stop and Shop, and I was looking at the scratch tickets, and I didn't know they had gone up to that much. I thought $30 was the highest. I didn't know they went up to the 50s. Oh, that's how it works, Scud Meow. I get curious on what you guys can do from your end. Oh, okay. Oh, so when you give the subs out, it just randomly gives them. I definitely will, Dino. Oh, hey, Atiki. How are you? Welcome. Gelatin in the coffee. It was kind of like collagen. Well, I mean, it pretty much is, but it's like that respect. But it's in my opinion, it might be a little better because it's gelatinous. So if you let it sit in a cup, it turns to jello. So I put it in the coffee just for like joint benefits, skin, hair. Uh, Really though, joint, um, possibly bone maybe, but more like joint health. Um, but yeah, the gelatin's pretty good. It's a cheap way to to give your joints some health, and it's good for you. It's good for the gut, and well, from what I well, on that. If we're talking from an animal protein perspective, it's or an animal perspective, it's dietary, as I should say. It's good for the gut, and it's just easy. You brew that cup of coffee, you put a packet or two. So I'll do 3 to 4 packets per cup to make it easier. Sometimes I just do two. Stir it up, add my cream and sugar, pop it in the microwave, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then just drink it. And you get 8 grams of protein per packet, 0 calorie, or no, it's 5 calories, I think. But I mean, there isn't any sugar in there. Um, well, if, you can say the 5 grams of carbs it might convert to it, but I mean, it's protein based. I gotta check if there's. I think there's 5 calories in the gelatin. Let me take a look. I just picked up the box today. I got the Walmart brand today because there's a tree gleaming. Hold on. Let's see. We got 5 calories. Yeah, 5 calories. No carb though, so 2 grams of protein. All right, so the calories are coming from protein because there's no carb in this. Okay, so they're coming from the protein, the calories. No carb, no sugar. Yeah, so you're getting 8 grams of protein per packet. So if you throw in three, that's 30. That's 24. And if you throw in four, that's 32 grams of protein. Just drinking a cup of coffee. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, those lights are nice. Those are the lights I got at the dollar store, the white ones, and they're more old school. I really like those. You know. Um, yeah, tell them to pay me more money too. No. But yeah, you figure if you add a couple packets of gelatin, I think it helps the skin a little bit. You know, I drink a lot of olive oil. I drink 2 tablespoons of raw olive oil a day. No worries. Yeah, I do 2 tablespoons a day, pretty much. If I don't do a blend, I always throw a tablespoon of olive oil in my blends. And if I don't do a blend, um, if I don't do a blend, then um, then I'll put 2 tablespoons in a protein shake. Excuse me, or a tablespoon and a half. Sometimes when you put two in there, you kind of taste it. You don't taste it, but you taste it a little bit. It doesn't taste bad, but after a while, when you make a protein shake and you're putting in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of Ceylon cinnamon, which is a more robust taste. It's not as good as the cassia cinnamon, meaning like the regular cinnamon, the cheaper one, I think tastes better when you put a lot in. The Ceylon is a little bit stronger, so it doesn't taste as good when you go beyond a teaspoon, in my opinion. So when you put 2 teaspoons of that in, and then you add a teaspoon of paprika, I've even thrown in cadmium. I've thrown in nutmeg, and that can get strong too. Like I can't do more than like a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg because that just like in the shake it just gets a little much. Anthony, welcome. How we doing? Not bad, not bad. But when you start adding all that to the shake, then it's like starts you start tasting everything. Because the best protein shake is when you just take your milk. You know, I get a whey isolate that's flavored, but it's they use stevia and stuff. But I can't do the unflavored protein anymore. It just I can't do it. It's just too. It's not worth it. If I'm gonna do a shake a day, I'm gonna make. It's gonna be flavored. I'm not. You know. I'm not gonna do the unflavored. I was doing that for a while, and it's just too nasty. Nasty in the sense that, you know, I'd rather just have some taste to it. So like when you get the vanilla or when you get a flavor, you know, when you put some milk in there, it tastes nice. You know what I mean? It tastes good. It's like a milkshake. But then when you add all that crap to it, then it's like then you're tasting that and it, you know. So I mean, after a while, when you're doing it so long, you start tasting the stuff. But I do a lot of raw olive oil. It's good to cook with, but I like to have it raw because it's just the olive oil itself. It's not heated, it's not changed. It's just in a raw state, and I just drink it down. So I try to hit that, and I go through like 16, like a 16-ounce bottle in like 3 weeks maybe. I try to finish it before the month if I can, because if you finish it 30 servings and you eat that a month, it's like one a day. So there was a time I was going through um, I was going through 32 ounces of olive oil a month. I don't know if that was too much. So I go through like 16 ounces a month, 16 ounces every 3 weeks of olive oil. Um, True, yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could. I've done that with some of the blends, but I could be a little more specific, you know. But I think the go-to, I think the golden, one of the golden blends is yeah, Dino, we're giving you some pearls right now. So take into account if you're into working out or whatnot, you want to get that protein in, you want to get stronger, and especially at your age, you want to add more iron to your joints. Start drinking gelatin now. Telling you, telling you, start drinking that gelatin now. It'll lubricate you up a lot earlier than later. You know, so I'd get on the gelatin. And you get a box of it at Walmart. You go on Amazon, and you can get even organic gelatin. You know, um, so it's not bad. Thank you, but I think that the go to drink is the lemon. You know, a whole lemon or a half of a big lemon. So a whole small lemon or a half of a like a medium size to a large size. Cut it up, blend it, little raw garlic, blend it, little turmeric raw, blend it, little ginger raw, blend it. And then I like to add blueberries. You could take green apple, half a green apple, cut it up, blend it up. Put the whole apple in there if you want. And then you could add some blueberries. Blueberry and apple taste good with the mix. Um, but that's a pretty good that's a pretty good that's a pretty good blend. And lemons, the whole lemon, the seeds and all, is good for prostate. Um, Now I've done up to a tablespoon cut. I usually do a clove. So but sometimes it gets a little too much on the stomach. Like I've done up to this much garlic. I've cut this much garlic and I've put in a tablespoon and I've actually blended a whole tablespoon of raw garlic. And let me tell you that can get a little overbearing. So I usually do when I cut the raw garlic, it's like a half a tablespoon maybe. But I like a clove, however much you want. I've even done two cloves. I've gone crazy with the garlic before, like to the point where I had to cut back. Because I start getting to a point where I'll start small and I'll grow big. I started with garlic water. So you take like well, I recommend like 6 ounces of water because the garlic sinks because it's dense. So you take like 6 ounces of water, um, take some apple cider vinegar, throw it in there to taste. I can do a tablespoon in 6 ounces, no problem. Um, Most people can't. Jeepers Creepers, welcome. Yes, yes, they do say that. So I try, so I started with the garlic water. So what you can do to make it easy, and you can do this while you're working out, which is even more beneficial, especially during cardio. Um, yeah, well, the way to do raw is you can add it. I add it. You can add it. It goes real good with tea too. It has to be hot. So if you don't want to do coffee, do tea. And right when it's brewed, add the gelatin. Same way as the coffee, and it's great. And tea, you don't taste it. It's wonderful. It's even a little better in tea, I think, smoother. But it's smooth either way. It's great. But with the raw garlic, you just cut it up. You take a clove or you take a half a clove. Cut it up. Or mince it if you have a mincer, which would be even easier. But I don't, so I cut it up as fine as I can. Let it sit out. Um, yeah, I add 2 to 3, sometimes 4 packets per cup. Well, I am balding, but I don't know if it's helping though. Like stave off the process. You know what I mean? But I am 47. But my hair isn't the best. No, it's not bad drinking it. Well, the garlic. All right, so let me get back to the garlic. No, it's not bad. But I do have to take I take oregano essential doTERRA essential oils and peppermint because I'll burp the garlic up. So if I take a drop of oregano oil and mostly the peppermint oil, usually 3 to 4 drops of peppermint oil, and a couple other oils I put in there. It usually blends it out. But with the garlic water, what you would want to do is you cut the garlic up, you let it sit out, and then you throw it in like 6 ounces of water. You throw the apple cider vinegar in there, and then you swig it around, and then you just drink it down. Well, see, that's the other, and that's going to be the flip side of the coin on if garlic is healthy or not. Um, because there is controversy if garlic. A lot of people say you shouldn't eat garlic. A lot of people say garlic is actually unhealthy. It is a harsh. No, I've been curious on the mushroom coffee. I hear the mushroom coffee is real good. I want to try that because mushrooms can. No, there's mushrooms can be pretty beneficial. There's some. Yeah, yeah. Well, hold on. Back to the garlic, but the garlic might. Oh, nice. Yeah, the garlic though, that can be controversial. I don't know. It is hard on the system. It is. It's hard on the GI because it could be acidic. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. It could be inflammatory and acidic in some ways as well. So you do have to be careful with garlic because if you do look at how harsh it is, and when you really think about it, you never know. Yeah, mushroom coffee is a blend of mushrooms that they make into a type of coffee. You got to Google that on Amazon. It's everywhere. And it looks pretty good. and they say that it really gives you energy and opens you up. But I definitely recommend lysine, the lysine powder. You can get it on Amazon, a gram a scoop. Ester C, vitamin C. I don't take too much of that. Um, since I drink the blends, I don't take too much vitamin C anymore. I used to take a lot of it. Now I just take it if I feel like I'm getting sick. Um, so, and it seems to work better. It seems to be stronger because my body's not used to taking it. So, like, if I start feeling like I'm fighting something off, and I pop a good 3 or 4 500 milligram ester C's, it seems to jolt me up a little bit better than when I was taking it all the time. But definitely the lysine, um, apple cider vinegar, um, uh, I don't know. You want a methylated B12 sublingual under the tongue, um, 2,500, 2,000 milligram micrograms. I think they come in 2,500. You want at least a 2,000 microgram vitamin B12. I believe B12 is in microgram. So you want 2,000 to 2,500. And you want a sublingual that has to be methylated. B complex you're gonna want, um, but a whole food source B complex you should try to find. Not a standardized 25 milligram down the line or 50 milligram down the line. You should try to find a whole food source vitamin B, um, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2. The methachione, however you pronounce it, vitamin K2 is what you want. You want your D and your K. Um, there's a few minerals, manganese, magnesium, boron, a few things like that. Look into zinc, um, zinc and uh, zinc and copper. OptiZinc is pretty good by now. You find that on Amazon. OptiZinc's really good. Um, so yeah, but yeah, I should do some more blends and stuff. I got to be careful because YouTube is they're a little particular. I've put up a few videos on like how to cure with stuff, and they won't let me put that up. So that yeah, I got to be pretty careful with the way I um, talk about some of these remedies because YouTube's pretty tight on I guess on some of the content. I thought I put up something on how to cure COVID, and that didn't go well. That didn't go well at all. A drink, one of my blends on better than the vaccine, basically. Um, and I honestly believe my concoctions and my blends and stuff that I've come up with is pretty potent. But it's all stuff I've gotten off YouTube. I mean, it's all Dr. Berg from YouTube is how I got the lemon idea, and how I got the garlic water idea. So yeah, it is, and it sucks because you can't. Sometimes it is because you can't. There's so much out there that I'm listening to, but if I try to reiterate it, there's fine lines there. Plus, I don't have. Well, Dr. Berg's a chiropractor, but he has a medical degree, so he can say a little bit more probably than I can. You know, um, yeah, no, just blending the raw lemons. So if you want to know, you just go to Dr. Berg on YouTube, and he has he just talks about blending up whole lemons, raw lemon. Um, Very beneficial, very good. Um, but yeah, Dr. Berg on YouTube, he has a lot of he's brought light to me about the garlic water. And yeah, Dr. Berg on YouTube. You'd like him, Scud Meow, because He has a lot of stuff on um like irritable bowel, all kinds of gout, GERD, all kinds of stuff. Check out Dr. Berg. Um, yeah, yeah, check out Dr. Berg. And then from there you'll probably get linked to a bunch. There's another guy, Dr. Barry Gordon, that you might want to check out too. He talks a lot about the gut and how the carnivore diet or a more animal based diet actually cures a lot of irritable bowel syndrome, leaky gut, all kinds of stuff like that. So look into Dr. Barry Gordon, along with Dr. Berg. But an animal based diet seems to be some of the best for the gut. Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you. Very true. And that's why I like to do the live. So you can see. Nothing to hide here, folks. Nothing to hide. You see what I'm saying? Nothing to hide. We're all, you know, like I say. Yeah, Dr. Gordon. I think that's it. I could be wrong, but you'll start seeing these guys once you start. Yes, I always try to. Yeah, but yeah, so I gotta be kind of. Well, it's yeah, kind of over that way, over that way. You ever see Deliverance? Anybody on here? Back over that way. Banjo boy. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Grimer brothers. I'll do it for 40. Well, the olive oils, that's going to be good for everything. For your liver, for your blood, for your heart. Um uh oh no, I have a cover over it. Well, not really well, yeah, like a makeshift cover. I don't like sleeping lying down, so I've gravitated to sleeping on the couch. I don't like laying flat for some reason, so I kind of yeah, it's interesting now. Yeah, olive oil is a clean fat. Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, the olive oil is going to be good for the whole system, but really for the heart and the circulatory system, it's going to make everything more viscous, if you want to call it the viscosity of the blood and whatnot should get better with with drinking the olive oil daily like that. Yeah, it's not bad. But now remember, as I was getting to say, if you think about it too, and if you're gonna do cardio or if you're gonna do any type of strenuous exercise, if you drink that olive oil and garlic, and with the garlic concoction there, you add a tablespoon of olive oil. So you could do like 8 ounces of water, and then cut that garlic up and put the olive oil in there and try that on. If you don't burp up the olive oil, scud me out. I wouldn't recommend raw um, garlic for you. That'll tear you apart, most likely. For you, I would recommend some olive oil, and but I wouldn't put any raw garlic in there. That might irritate you up unless your system can handle it. But yeah, one sourced olive oil. Yeah, you don't have to use garlic. If you have gastrointestinal issues, garlic's not going to be the best. Garlic even irritates me a little bit, but I eat it just because of the fact that I look at it as if I'm going to eat candy and get heartburn, well, I'm going to eat garlic and take a risk too, just because of the benefit that it might have. So, but I can omit the garlic. I don't think it's that important. I think the turmeric and the ginger and the other stuff overrides the garlic. I just, am succumb to adding that. Yeah, farmer markets. Yeah, well, there's a lot of, yeah, it'd be nice if there were, you know, more whole food stuff. I get what you guys are saying. But I mean, um, but yeah, really though, I mean, the fruits are really what the astringent fruits and really the lemons, the limes, the pineapples, your berries, melons, um, cucumbers. You blend up. That's tough blending a cucumber. I tried doing that. I was burping it up. I couldn't do it. I was burping up cucumber even with the oil. So I had to take actually heartburn stuff. I had to take a Pepsid. I was burping up I couldn't do it. I was like blending up. I got to like this much. I tried doing, and I was gagging. Like the cucumber's tough. Cucumber's tough. And I don't like them raw. I burp them up for some reason. So like, but I think if I went on like an all fruit diet and my system started to heal itself, I don't think I'd burp it up like I do now. I think I'm doing that now because I'm eating a mix of everything. I think if I stayed, you know, yeah, we got the same similar problem, Scud. You get heartburn, Scud? Yeah, cucumbers are really healthy. Really, really high in calcium and minerals. Really good for the bones. Cucumbers are some of the best things you can eat. I mean, if you could eat a bowl of cucumbers like a salad with like on a lot of cucumber daily would be most beneficial. Never heartburn, huh? Huh. Well, that's good then. All right. So it must just irritate you in other ways then. Yeah, I get bad heartburn. I get heartburn. But I've gotten heartburn ever since I was a kid. But I mean, that's just, you know, but it's only when I eat the stuff that irritates. If I stay clean, if I eat chicken and rice, lean stuff and stay away from the crap, um, it seems to help. I don't get heartburn. It's just when I eat the junk, when I eat what's not good for me. So I mean, it's not like I say, if I have chicken and rice, I get bad heartburn. Now that so thankfully it's not like that. It's just when I eat the crap. The only reason why I eat the carrots is because I more for just bulk, more for just to get full. Like in a Ron, man, welcome, my man. Um, instead of like rice or instead of like a carb, even though I'm having bread and stuff, I add the carrots just to get full. Sometimes when I have a cheeseburger, the cheese, if I don't have enough in my stomach, will irritate me the next day. Not bad, but maybe just, I might be a little loose, you know what I mean? So the carrots tend to tend to put bulk in my system, so when I eat the dairy, it gets absorbed better so it doesn't affect me in a negative way. So I use it as a bulking source. Um yeah, I do got to eat more. Yeah, I got to eat more throughout the day. I don't eat enough. I only eat a few times a day. And then when I'm home I'll snack a little more on crap, but yeah, Dino, you're right. I know I gotta bulk a little bit. I got it. Yeah, I'm 120. 5'5", 120. Sometimes I drift down to 118. Yeah, I know. Well, how tall? What do you weigh, Dino? I could use that, Ron, man. Not anymore, Awadi. I used to. I don't. I probably should. Really what I need to be doing is the chicken and rice, the meat and rice diet, pretty much. Welcome back, Finley. Yeah, less car. All right, Dino. 150. That's still, how tall are you? Because remember, you can, how tall are you, Dino? Yeah, you should. Yeah, because what do you say? You're 18, Dino? Now, you a lean 150? 5'10". You have a six pack? Flat stomach? Because I'm going to tell you, if you have a six pack or flat stomach, just start. I'd dirty bulk if I was you. If you're 18 and you're 5'10", 150, and your stomach's either flat, or if you have you have abs, Dino. Because if you have abs or a flat stomach, I just start eating everything and anything, and you're gonna get big. Guys with flats, okay, no. You have a gut. Does your stomach stick out, or is it just flat? Yeah, I never really had abs either. I just have the top couple. I have a lot of flab on my lower abs. Okay. Well, Dino, if you don't have a big gut and you just have a flat stomach with, say, a little bit of body fat on that, little adipose, but it's flat and it's not sticking out, and if you turn to the side, um, well, if yeah, well, so you're saying you got abs up here? You got some abs here, but your lower abs is your stomach, is your skin flat? Yeah, but I mean your lower stomach, is it just kind of flat? You don't. It might not have abs, but I mean, is it flat, or is it flabby? Flat, flat with no musculature. Because if it's flat and your stomach's not really big, and if you turn to the side, it looks like your stomach's flat. Okay, then I'd start eating, man. I'd start just scoffing stuff down. Don't go crazy, but like even eat some donuts. A couple double cheese. Well, I mean, don't go nuts because you don't want to get like fat. You know what I'm saying? But like, all right, yeah, I would start eating, man. I would start eating and working out hard. 150 at 5'10". That's a good weight. That's lean. That's nice. Um, are you toned then, Dino? What do you say your body type is? Because depending on your body fat level would depend on, I guess kind of the foods you would want to eat to bulk up. But you can, all right, you're probably similar to me then, maybe. I just have a little bit of hanging fat off my lower stomach. Of course, I'm a lot older too, so but I've always had fat on my stomach, even as a kid. So that's always been a problem for me. Yeah. Yeah. Be better to get more shredded. I agree with that. But see, you're also bigger, Scud Meow. Um, but see, even if I tried to bulk, I'd get a little. That's okay though. Yeah, probably from all the processed food. Yeah, well, the foods will give you acne, especially processed foods. Um, I can tell you one thing. A lot of times with acne is a lot of diet related. A lot of inflammatory foods cause that. Matter of fact, all a lot of issues caused from the inflammation from the food. That's the problem. The food inflames us and then causes, a lot of the issues that we have, you know. But no, I hear you guys though. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're probably still growing a bit. Nice. Well, that's good, guys. All right. Well, long live here. Almost time to wrap up. Got for the time. Well, it's almost one, guys. Almost time to pull the plug here. Yeah, it's getting warm. Almost time to pull it, boys. You're rapidly bopping right now. Don't say sweat on the gay, hey, no. Oh, they were going to bits, man. I'm not sure. I might go visit a friend. Um, I gotta try to do back in the morning. What time is it? It's 1. I gotta go soon. 1 o'clock. Wow, it's getting late. Yeah, I gotta try to exercise in the morning. Well, thank you, Donna. Thank you. Good night too. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah, it goes by quick, huh? That sucks. I start the lives and I see like 30 people pop on, and then it goes down to like 16, then 8. I wanted to see if any, pick up any more. But it's all right. We'll get there. We'll get there. Snow out there? Snow. Yeah, you're right. Definitely try not to. What do you do for work tomorrow, Scud? We're in the baños now, everybody. I'll take a little Pepsi right now. I'll, where you work, Scud, tomorrow? Yeah, see, here's the YouTube station right here. There's the microwave. There's some supplements right here, actually. You guys were curious about the supplements, so it's easier said than done. Right here, oh, we got GTF Chromium, which is good for your sugar, glucose. A lot of different types of chromium, but your GTF Chromium, there's chromium picolinate. There's tons of chromium, but I like the GTF Chromium. Right here, I usually take 1, 2 of these. When I take my minerals, I do have some selenium. The zinc I was talking about, the L-Opti zinc, and one of those. Um, that's the DHEA I was telling you about to raise the testosterone by the Tonique. So that's the DHEA you want. It's like $20 on Amazon. 100 milligram capsules. I take between 1 to 4. 4 is a little high, like 1 to 2. That's a Tribulus by them too. And then the ester C I was talking about is this one. Pretty much the only vitamin C. You can get a fast soluble vitamin C, which is good too. That's true. Nice. And then, yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then, the D and the selenium, a few other things, but, and then that lysine I was telling you about. Another good thing for the liver, um, the Tudka there. That's really good for liver. This is an expensive one. No work tomorrow. This is an expensive one. You can get it cheaper in a capsulized form, but this one's like $40, and I wouldn't buy it again. I just bought it to try it. But that's good, really good for the liver. Good for the digestive system, but good for the liver and gallbladder. That Tudka, and that's the lysine. I swear this stuff's good stuff. This stuff will keep you well, especially if you're around sick people. But I'll take up to 10 scoops of this in the morning, you know, um, when I'm around people that are ill. I only take 1 to 4 scoops for like maintenance. And then some NAC might be worthwhile too to look into. And this stuff's pretty cheap when you buy it in the powder. And it lasts a long time. So there's just a few things. And then, a little apple cider vinegar. And another thing, if you're into mitochondrial health and messing around with energy, and if you want to try to go into more neurotropic energy for the mitochondria, etc., look into this methylene blue. This is actually for research purpose only, but you get it on Amazon. There's a lot of controversy whether it's harmful for the kidneys or the liver or whatnot. um, so use with caution, but it's all over YouTube, so there's nothing wrong with showing it. But I got it off Amazon. So yeah, no, 47. But no, these are just a few. But I know I'm not. Like I said, I got the gallstone. I got to be careful with the A1C. The A1C was the A1C was getting, mid fives. So I'm not as healthy as you guys think. I just rummage around with, like, here's my magnesium I take. I like this magnesium. Okay, now this stuff works, the glycinate. Like, there's a few things that actually do something. The lysine, the magnesium, the D, the K, the DHEA, that's fact. And the reason why I'll tell you it's fact is because I got the blood work to prove it. My blood work when I didn't take the D was like in the 30s, and when I was on the D, it was almost in the 90s nanograms per deciliter. Um, so my D was almost off the chart, and that's from taking this, and that's from taking this right here, 5,000 IU's. I was taking 2 to 3 of these. I was mega dosing it, and my D was off the chart. So I know it works. Well, if you process it, you know, and this is the K you want. Now, Scud Meow, I got something for you. You might want to try. Um, oh, your Ma's A1C was a 10.3. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Scud Meow. Let me give you another pearl here. Oh, and if any I take a pituitary glandular too. I've been trying. I have issues with testosterone. I'm not absorbing it well. I have a high sexual hormone globulin. So, thanks guys. Um, I have bad genetics though. But but yeah, I've been trying a pituitary to see if it does anything, and I don't really think it is. So I'm not gonna buy that again. And that B12 I was telling you guys about is this. You want the methylated, and it is 2,500 micrograms. And some days you take a whole one, and some days you take half. And you only take it, 4 or 5 days a week. And you definitely need that. And then I also recommend the vitamin A. If you're not eating liver and a lot of meat products, I'd recommend, and it has to be the retinol palmitate, not beta carotene, because the body has to convert the beta carotene. And if you smoke, the beta carotene can cause cancer. So you want retinol palmate, which is this one right here. You get it on Amazon, and it's sublingual too, so you're going to absorb it well. And I only take half because it's 167%. That's way too much for the body, especially for a guy my size. So I cut in half, you get 80%. That's all you need for vitamin A. I don't look that good, Dino. Well, thank you. Well, I'm trying to just give you guys some pearls here. There's some stuff to consider. And I know. Okay, so scud me out. Your mom wants. I'm gonna tell. Okay, so there's something called berberine, and I would recommend this company here, the Tonique. Okay, so go to Amazon and look up berberine. It's BERBERBERINE. Okay, look up the berberine. Okay, the berberine is very good for they say for helping with lowering the blood sugar. Oh, I'm on the 420 all the time, Dino. I'm 420 all day, every day. Big bong smoker in the house right here, my man. I just don't do cigarettes and stuff, but unfortunately, that's why I'm always mucusy and clearing my throat because I've been hitting the bong since since 1998, my brother. So, like I said, guys, I'm not as healthy as you think, but for the A1C, um, beautiful. For the A1C, look up berberine, and also, and Dr. Berg is going to talk about this on YouTube, the This is a great one I found on Amazon. It's an actual gel capsule. So it's not a powder, so it's going to absorb better. It's a fat soluble B1, and it's 200 milligrams per pill. I don't recommend you take the full 600 milligrams. I would start with two, and maybe maybe move up. But look into those for your mom. And of course, have her talk to the doc and stuff about them. You know, but the berberine, the vitamin B1, the bentafetamine. the berberine, the benthaphetamine, uh, this chromium right here will help with blood sugar. And also, something else I forgot to show you guys, I got to get more of is citrus bergamot. And this is very good for like cholesterol, blood sugar, for stuff like that. It says right here, um, supports balanced cholesterol, provides immune and antioxidant support. And this is a very good one. I got to order some more of that. Well, thank you, Dino. It's not too much. Like I said, the camera makes me look better. I got to put an order in for a few things tomorrow. Yeah, now that I'm over here, got to write down. Well, thanks, guy. But that's just a few things to look into. But Scud, look into B1 benthaphetamine, look into berberine, um, look into those. Um, and also apple cider vinegar will help her. And also if she blends those lemons that I do, if she can take a half a lemon and cut that up and blend it with some water and apple cider vinegar and maybe some like blueberries or something that would, or like a half a green apple and some blueberries. If she can blend that and drink that, that's going to help with insulin sensitivity and that's going to help decrease insulin sensitivity. All right, increase, decrease it because you don't want to be so sensitive to insulin. I think I believe I have it right. I could have it opposite, but either way, it's gonna help that. It would help her with that. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, about 12 ounces of water. Hey, thanks, Anthony. Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I mean, I can't. I might. I don't know if this video is gonna get flagged for that. For showing all that, but it doesn't really matter. It's only a few hundred views. I mean, the reason why I do this is kind of so I can have fun too. So, it is what it is. At least you guys are getting the knowledge and the content here. But straight up, I've been researching since I had my daughter 2007, and she had a heart murmur, and the hole was so big that at 10 she would have had her chest cracked open and they would have had to fix it that way. They talked about a stint, but a stint wouldn't have worked. The hole was too big. So I fully started researching at that point and I found that a plant-based diet strengthens the heart and the arterial something with the arterial cavity or wall or something. And so I kind of had her on these blends. I was poor as hell, but I was, yeah, just one. She's almost 18 now. I'm not married. I'm not with her mom. But yeah, and I started. I mean, I was taking her to a Chinese to a healing class for energy healing. He gave me these herbs that were in the shape of a heart that I would put in her bassinet, and they were so strong that she would cough. And my daughter's mother, I said, "No, we're gonna hang them first." She got used to that. Then I got to a point where I would actually, when she would sleep, I'd put the heart right on her chest so she'd breathe it in. And then I got to a point where I put two, and she breathed it in, and she didn't mind it. She got adapted to it. I take her to the healing, and then I had her plant based. I had her, like I said, I was poor, man. I didn't even have a car. All my rent, all my money went to rent. Yeah, I saw her at Christmas. Um, and all my money. I mean, I was buying Nature's Promise vegetables. I was buying blueberries. I was buying. She had to drink rice milk because she was, dairy affected her. So So I mean, I was spending all my money on that, and I was doing these blends for her with broccoli, with blueberries, with strawberries. I got this baby vitamin D3. They were these drops, and I would give her yogurt, and I would put her on with this organic Stonyfield baby yogurt. I put the vitamin D on there, give it to her. Um, I yeah, you know, and then luckily when she was like maybe 7 or 8, I think maybe it was, it closed up. So I don't know if it was the herbs I don't know if it was I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just the luck of the draw, but it did close up luckily. But that's where I kind of got into all this from. I mean, ever since high school, actually, ever since 1994, 95, I've been researching this stuff. Hey, thank you, Dino. But yeah, I've been researching ever since 96, 97. Um, I don't know if I did, but I don't know if it was the combination, if it was the healing class, if it was the herbs, or if it was just the diet, or if it was the luck of the draw. Like I said, sometimes, but the hole was so big that I don't know. I mean, maybe, maybe, you know. Well, thank you, guys. Yeah, I try. But what I'm getting at is, that's why I started researching in high school, but I really started researching, at that time. And well, thank you, Dino. Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, I tried. I put all my effort into that. And I mean, I was paying rent. I was living on my own at the time, and it was all right, but it was hard times at the same time. And I just had to focus, and I put a lot of time and effort in, and I was trying to do a lot of concoctions to see if it would help. And I even at one point, there were these Asian teas because he was a Asian healer, and he had like oolong and this and that, and something called purr, which is like a fermented brick tea, real healthy. And I asked him, I said, Ming, his name was Ming. I said, Ming, I said, what tea is healthy for my daughter? What does your kid drink? And he told me, and I started giving it to her, real light, real, little like 3 leaves, put it in the strainer with the water, and I'd give it to her. She was young. She didn't until she started like 4 or 5. It got tough, and then it was harder. But we're talking like 2 to 3 and 4. And I was giving her the teas, and her doctor. I remember it was funny. We bring her to the doctor, and I'm refusing every flu vaccine. I'm refusing all this stuff, and doctors are like ticked off, and they're thank you. Doctors are like pissed because here's this guy without a car, daughter's mother's bringing him to the appointment, and I walk in and I'm bucking the doctors. You got this poor guy here, and I'm questioning them, and et cetera, et cetera. And they got pissed. They didn't like that I refused the flu shot, and that I gave reasons, and that I stated what was in it, and I was bringing to their attention the toxicities and the things, and they're probably like, "How does this ignorant guy with a?" And they knew their girl's family I was with. They knew they actually were their doctors when they were kids. So they probably saw me, and they're probably like, well, "What's this guy think he is, Doctor Mike? What's this guy think he's a doctor?" And they got yeah, they got ticked. And I remember I went in there and I said I was giving her the tea, and they're like, "Oh, they can't have that. Well, they can't drink that." And my daughter's mother, I think she might have been in the room, or maybe now my daughter's looking at me, and my daughter's mother, I mean, she's looking at me, and I'm like, nah, you make no sense. And I gave her the tea. Damn right I gave her the tea, because you start small. You put 2 leaf, you put 1 leaf in there. You put 2 leaves in there. You put 3. You put 4. You put 5. Well, if they do good off 5, you put 6, and then you wait. You know, if 5 leaves is good, you wait. Give it a few days. Add another leaf. Give it a few days. Add another leaf. It's all a small process. You don't put a huge amount in and give it to the kid and have them, have their body freak out. You do it small. Like she had eczema, and the doctor said, they were tea leaves, raw tea leaves, and you'd put them in a strainer. And so instead of it being in a tea bag grounded up, you would get these raw tea. If you go online and you look up raw oolong, like multiple infusion, oolong or purr or green, you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, and the eczema can be flared up by the dairy because it did that to my daughter. Eggs and the yogurt, but she couldn't drink milk, and so my daughter's mother, we were advised, and that's why I told them. I said, she flares up with her eczema when she has eggs. I said, how you gonna give a flu vaccination when it's fermented in eggs? I said, she has a reaction when she eats eggs. I said, now you want to vaccinate her and they ferment the vaccine in eggs? I'm not a doctor, but I'm not a pharmacist. I call myself a ghetto pharmacist because I am. I just showed you guys stuff over there that especially at 18 years old, that'll provide more benefit than most things you've probably seen, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, right? And you have to. So I call myself the ghetto pharmacist. Self-taught in a way. Um, well, thank you. I'm trying. But no, and in seriousness, it's letting them know that you're going to inoculate somebody with something, but yet something flares them up. It just doesn't make sense. And now you're putting in a vaccine that's actually a fermented, that's going to be stronger. It's fermented in there. Fermentation means it makes it stronger. It holds everything in. It adds, the robustness to it. That's why eating fermented foods is so good for your gut. Scud, fermented foods, great for the gut. Because it's already broken down. It's already ready for us. We don't have to ferment. We can't ferment. We don't do that. That's why it's better for us to eat fermented stuff because we don't have a chamber to ferment like some animals that eat, grass and crap do, you know. So the fact of the matter is when you start small, that's the only way you're gonna know. So what I told my daughter's mother at the time is I'm like, no. I'm like, if we cut her from dairy and we cut her from eggs, she's never gonna. We're going health perspective. Some people say it's good. I'm going on the theory of that it's healthy for you. There's going to be two sides to that coin, depending on the debate you're going to go. But since she couldn't have real milk, and obviously the calcium in rice milk is fake, it's not going to do anything. It's going to probably calcify the body more than it's going to do any good for the bones. So, you know, so I said, well, now she doesn't have the dairy, the yogurt. I said, there's no calcium. I said, the cheese. I said, there's no calcium. So what are you going to do? So I said, what you're going to do is I said, this is what we're going to do. I said, we're going to give her the stuff. And I said, when she flares up, we're going to stop it. And then wait till the flaring goes down. And then I said, you're going to introduce it slow again. And when I look back at it now, I could be thinking, well, you could be jolting the system, But what ended up happening is what I started seeing was she would flare and then we would retract and then once the flare went away, we introduced the dairy again and the eggs, and then it took a little longer for the flare to happen. And then sometimes if she overate it, it would flare up. But eventually it got to a point to where she can eat all that now, and she doesn't even really have it that bad. And when she did have it, it wasn't too bad, and the flare up wasn't as bad as when she was younger. So again, I don't know if that was her body, um, reacting to it or whatnot. But either way, the eczema, it doesn't flare up as much from the dairy like it did. No COVID shots. Just one daughter. Sorry if I lost you, Scud. I was talking about the no, 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 no more children. I was just talking, Scud, about my daughter having eczema, and it was flared up by dairy and eggs, and they wanted her to have a flu shot, and the flu vaccine is fermented in eggs. They ferment. I guess they ferment the vaccine or they ferment the vaccine in eggs. I guess, from what I had read. That the So if you go to the CDC and you look at the flu vaccine, it says something about if you have an egg allergy, let your doctor know. Um, oh, nice, Dino. So I was basically explaining that my daughter had eczema, and I didn't want her to not be able to eat dairy. So I was afraid that by cutting her off from it at a young age, that when she would go back to it at an older age, if she did, she wouldn't be able to eat it. So when she would flare up with the eczema, I'd stop giving her the dairy and the eggs and whatnot and the cheese. And then when the flare up stopped, I would introduce it again and so on. And eventually she was able to eat it. And I was worried because since she couldn't have milk, if she couldn't have at least yogurt and cheese, and I would get the brick cheese and cut it up, not, the deli cheese. Um, I was afraid she wouldn't get any calcium, and I was worried for that. So I figured instead of cutting it because the eczema was so bad, I was like, well, we're going to just little by little, and we'll see if her body picks it up and maybe adapts with it, you know? Um, so I don't know. But that's where I was going with that. Sorry if I lost you. Yeah, yeah. All right, Dino. Well, take into what I'm, saying in consideration, Um, like I said, I'm not saying I'm some guy that, fixed everybody because I've got my own issues I can't fix. Well, I just don't have the willpower to, stay on the right diet. But as for putting the pieces together for somebody else, sometimes it's easier said than done. Sometimes it's an easier process to map out sometimes, especially when someone's young, because the system's new, and it's usually just cut and paste. It's really what it is, cut and paste. You know, you take what the doctors say in through one ear out the other, and you get your blood work, and you take the stuff, and then you take that, and then you try to hone in on everything and fix stuff up. Fix stuff up, fix stuff up if you can. And that's really what I try to do. That's really what tries to be done, if you want to call it. Um, and I don't, like in the aspect of my daughter, I'm not sure. I know with the eczema, I'm pretty sure what I did was the right thing because I know if I cut her off of that stuff and she tried to have it down the road, it probably would have been harder for her to take. But yeah, but like with the yeah. Oh, no, let's see. Well, less scared about what? Oh, all right. That's true. Well, Dino, let's see. All right, so give me your. Well, life is definitely a scary process. Um, Especially if you have things to worry about. Um, Realistically, well, you kind of have to throw yourself into the uncomfortable situations and kind of have faith in yourself to know that you'll be able to get through what you think you can't get through. And yeah, I don't know if you believe in God or anything, but you have to have some spiritual faith as well. You know, I think that could definitely help with the process. Yeah, that is true. What are your fears? All right, well, yeah, he can definitely help too. Well, we all do that, but we just have to. The main idea is to basically prey on that, and very true. You prey on that, and you just try to strive for betterness. And well, we're all stuck in the flesh. I mean, that's facts. This is the truth. We're stuck. But what we need to do is just look forward. You know what I'm saying? Just look forward, and you're gonna know that every day you wake up, you're gonna have to, you know, there's gonna be those battles and the struggle, and it's gonna be hard all the time. But you're gonna have to go beyond that. You're gonna have to hunker down with the faith. You're gonna have to use your nephew for strength, and you just move forward. And you exercise, you work out, you get the cardio in, you add some of those supplements, you take care of yourself, you try to eat right, you try to get stronger. I'd recommend if you can take even some jujitsu and some Muay Thai or boxing, learn how to defend yourself as well. I think that's a major part. Um, I think, well, you definitely got to pray, but you got to find the strength from yourself too. You got to get it from yourself. And I can tell you right now the best way to get the strength. Um, yeah, but the better way to get the strength too is you know prayer and church helps. But I can tell you if you have any if you can take any jujitsu or any Muay Thai too, anything like that, that'll help. Um, and definitely that helps. And then just taking strides and challenges every day. And then I think through that process, you build strength. Um, that's why eventually I want to get back into taking the jujitsu. Um, there's a school down the road from me. Yeah, I feel weak all the time. That's why I want to get back into taking the jujitsu. There's a school down the road from me. I get tired after work. I don't know. You know, I'm beat after work, so the scheduling sometimes doesn't work out. But I'm telling you, if you get into the martial arts, it definitely will get you a lot more confident, and it gets you to fear less, and it gets you more confident. You know. Well, thank you, Steve. Yeah, very true. Yeah, yeah, Dino. You gotta I think there's a lot to encompass with that because especially at your age, and what's going on out there in the world, it's a daunting type. I don't know how to say daunting, but it's just it can be a narrowing type of view. You can look around and you can get pretty what if, what if. But honestly, the main importance is obviously yourself, family, and that's what you want to hunker with. You know. So if I was you, I would really take into account all that, the spirituality, the exercising, maybe some martial arts. That, and then when you train and you're hitting bags and you're, grappling and stuff, you get stronger and you learn a different piece and then you learn a different part of you as well. So it all adds up, and then you grow within yourself. And at 18 years old, you can start something and you can progress in it, and that progression is going to make you feel good. It's going to give you self-worth. It's going to give you self-confidence. It's going to give you self-reliance. It's going to give you everything. It's going to make you more of a man. You know, it's going to give you the tools necessary to succeed, especially when you take martial arts. You get in there, you get with a community, and you learn that discipline, and you learn how to overcome things, and you learn success through that. And then it ties in the spirituality, because now you're learning something physical and you're getting better at it and you're progressing, and then you're praying and you're getting more spiritual, and now you're tying that into the martial aspect of it, and you start meditating, and then you start some tai chi or some qigong or something, and you start some of that, and you get more spiritual. It all ties in, and then it all flows. um I think you should do both. you know Sometimes if you do what you love will allow you to do what's necessary. you know Very true, Scott. But yeah, I mean, if yeah, well, you appreciate. Yeah. Well, you just you definitely gotta think about, well, as you start doing some of the things, you should start opening up. You should start becoming more receptive to what's happening, you know. Um, Sometimes if you do what's necessary, it'll allow you to uh do what you need to do, and sometimes it could be the opposite. Yeah, very true, Steve. Definitely search within yourself, you know. Definitely, guys. Yeah, it's definitely a process, but you have to, start small and then, grow from there. But definitely, guys. It'll take a little bit of time, but it can work though, It can definitely work. Yeah, yeah. I mean, start small and take things slow, and yeah, look for the opportunities. And I definitely say if you can pray and try to have that faith and try to build yourself up, have the faith in yourself, and start working on those small goals. And as you achieve one and achieve more, then you're gonna see it within yourself that you'll be able to do these things, and it's gonna help. You know, I think I think it'll definitely help, and it'll make you feel better. And we can all feel that way, but that's not definitely not the truth. Yeah, very well. That's all right. Yeah, no, I understand that, And 18 isn't an easy age either. So, you have to understand that too, and you have to actually kind of embrace those feelings that you're having there, you know. Just take that into account and just fix some of those things there, you know. But yeah, definitely just have patience and just take your time, have patience, take your time, and eventually things will get better, you know. Definitely takes a little bit of time. Yeah, very true. But 18, yeah, 18's hard. But definitely definitely take it slow, you know. You know. Yeah, I would say yeah, another thing you can do too, Dino, is take a piece of paper and write some ideas down too. You know, write out like some goals. Write out kind of like a little map. Write out kind of what you want to achieve and maybe what you have already, things that you'd like to, and kind of roll with it. You know, and yeah, but it's definitely a slow process. You know. Yeah, well, that can be a problem. You know. Well, at 18, there's always a lot of rage. So that's gonna be yeah, that's kind of comes with the age, and eventually you grow out of that. But you gotta really just yeah, well, you can learn from that mistake though, you know. And I mean parties, that's depending on the environment and the mood, that could happen. Yeah, very true, Scott. No, it'll take time. Yeah, yeah, definitely true. And yeah, Dino, you'll just take time with it, pray, and you know, I would yeah, thank you, Steve. Yeah, I think the martial arts is good. I gotta try to get back into doing that. I gotta get back into the martial, but it's hard. All right, everybody, this is 147. A couple minutes. I'm gonna have to a long stick. How are you? Back? You got right. All right, in a few minutes, I'm gonna have to getting pretty late here. I've been on almost 3.5 hours. Holy smokes. Well, Dino, we'll have to keep up the talk, man. This isn't something that can be settled in one live. I can tell you the start is gonna be start if you're working out, continue. If not, start working out. Um, you use your nephew as strength. Now, how old's your nephew? Because remember, kids are gonna say things regardless. So, all right, Steve. Oh yeah, let me write that one down. All right, Steve. I wrote it. Hold on, Steve. So it's STIE Moto. All right, Steve. I'll get you that. I just have to remember, but I wrote it down. Thank you, Steve. Oh, yeah, Dino. We'll stay in touch. Now, I'll be on the lives a lot, and you just have to really um just stay focused. Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Shout out. But but yeah, like I said, start thinking of the goals, and just start thinking of ways that you can better yourself, and that you can feel better, and that you can do things to spiritually feel better, to feel better inside, to feel more whole, more peaceful, more wholesome. No worries, just kind of look for ways to just be better. So if someone says something or does something to you that say is going to make you want to react, maybe try not to react. As hard as that's going to be, but maybe try not to. You know, and maybe look into some type of martial art class too, if you haven't, just because of the fact that that does help ground you a little bit. It just it makes you see things a little bit different, and it connects to the spirituality part because you can tie the two in very easily. And fixing sometimes just making a small change and working on a goal and seeing some self improvement will help start the connection and start the domino effect, if you will, of a progression, a state of progression. You see? So if you work on the mind, like Steve O was saying, in the body, in the connections and the spirituality, and you say you have, you know, um, a nephew, so you're gonna want to look out for him, and you're gonna want to teach him, so you're gonna want to be an example. And if he sees you progress and change, that'll take note, and that'll gain respect for you in the years to come. Because at 18, I mean, it's a big world out there, and you don't know much at 18 in the sense that you know what you know for 18 years, but you've only been here 18 years, and you start remembering when you're 3 or 4. So in reality, you know, you have like 14, 15 years that you've have memory of where you've been at. I'm 47, so I've got 44 to 43 years. So it's a lot different to look that far back and be like, oh, okay, well, that didn't matter, and that didn't matter, and I should have done this, and I should have went to school when I was your age, because if I had gone to school and finished, I'd be done by now. So there's all these things that when you get into your 30s and 40s that you start thinking, oh, dang. And then time just starts going by real fast. At your age, it goes by slow most of the time. Depending on your life, it could go by quick, though. Depending on the trauma and stuff that you've had. Depends how you're relating to time. But for most of us, as a kid, time goes by slow, and as an adult, time goes by fast. So at 18, everything's just going to be like just a reciprocal type of traumatic type of mindset. You're going to be just thinking in circles, and you're going to be thinking about all your angers, all your frustrations, what all pissed you off, you know, what just made you mad. You'll go back to family stuff as a kid. You know, you go through all that, but you have to realize you're just 18, and it's all right, and it's good to have those feelings, and it's good to know them and to reflect from them and to learn from them, and you know take take note that the questions you're asking are good, and that you're reflecting upon yourself, and which means that you want to make some change, and you want to be better. So you have to give yourself credit for that, and you have to take that as already step in process that you're on the track, and now you just add to it, you know. And by doing that, you're going to get the most out of it, you know. Well, thank you, Alan. Just trying to, it's just saying that 18 is it's a tough age, and it's just going to be filled of the memoir of the narrative that you've basically had from 3 or 4 or 5 of whenever you started remembering to the age that you're at now. And it's not a long time. It's no time, actually. And some of the small things that you've been through from 5 to 18 is very minimal. That gap is tiny. That gap is short. You know, it's not long as it is for most of us that are on here. So if you just take that into account, Dino, and you have to know that, and at least someone telling you that's going to help, so at least you can, and it's a slow process, but eventually you can get there. And I believe that you'd be able to. And, if you can try to just take the small steps and take what you're saying as a reflection and then go with that, and kind of run with it, and Just try to stay positive, and even sometimes helps, even if you write some positive quotes or something, um, and you take those note cards with you, or you even write some psalms or Bible verses or something that help stimulate you into positivity, and take those note cards with you and read them a little bit throughout the day. That can help too. I've done that before. That's worked. Very true. Yeah, you're right, Steve, on that. Very true. But all right, everybody, I'm definitely gonna sign out. But I appreciate, everybody being here. Dino, we'll be back. You know, um, yeah, we'll get there, Dino. You know, it'll take some time, but we have all the time in the world. You know what I mean? And like I said, at 18 is a hard age. Um, just because you're stuck in the middle right now. Definitely, Steve. But yeah, Dino, just just take with you that it can be a slow process in a way. Um, just don't rush it. Just don't rush it. Don't be patient. Be patient. And just strive for betterness every day. And try not to pay attention. Try not to pay attention to like the outside world there. Really don't worry about what's going on. I mean, worry about what's going on, but don't worry about what's going on. You know, because the reality is we're all sitting ducks anyways. We don't know what's going to happen. It doesn't matter how good it looks. I mean, in the times that we're in, we're sitting ducks. We're ducks on a pond. That's all we are. We're mice in a cage. We're on the wheel. We're hamsters on a wheel. We're mice in a cage. We're mice in a lab. Hamsters on a wheel. Whatever you want to call it. We're sheep. That's all we are in this society. And the fact of the matter is that we all don't know what's going to happen any given day. We got kids out there. I got an 18-year-old daughter almost. So, if I don't worry about myself, then I'm worrying about her. Worrying about, okay, where she is. She's out in the world. What's going to happen when she's 25? Well, what's going to happen when she's walking from her car and she's 25 and it's a parking lot and it's late at night and she, da, 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 da. What's going to happen when she's 30? What's going to happen when she's 40? Da, 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 da. You get what I'm saying, Dino? So we all don't know anything. The only thing that we do know is the faith that we have and the tools that we have. And that's it. And those tools are working out, getting a cardio in, trying to eat right, trying to take various supplements, taking martial arts so you can learn how to defend yourself and your family. Jiu-jitsu is good because you can just break somebody apart in a matter of seconds. You can take somebody your size and a guy that's 300 pounds and break them in 2 minutes if you're sufficient at jiu-jitsu. If you're hitting bags, boxing or doing Muay Thai, you're burning calorie, you're taking out aggression, you're feeling good, you're sweating, you're burning energy, you're getting ripped, you're toning your body, you're becoming a machine. So then all of a sudden everything doesn't look so bleak and doesn't look so dangerous. And then things can start looking positive. Things can start looking like, oh, okay, everything's so concrete and everything's so, bleak. Concrete meaning like concrete jungle, the concrete, everything's so stiff and rigid, but yet it's not so bad. So, just remember those things, and hopefully it helped. It's a lot to try to conquer, for, you know, but hopefully, some of those words will help you a little bit, and I thank everybody as well, and I'll definitely be back tomorrow sometime. But wow, all right, everybody. Well, thank you all again, and definitely appreciate the support, and I'll be talking to everybody soon. And yeah, just stay well, and yeah, just we'll talk next. Definitely.